Hello and welcome to another episode of the Mikey D Sports Show. I'm Mikey, and in life, it's only natural to root for the little guy. We all root for David against Goliath, and we all pull for PewDiePie to defeat T-Series once and for all. And in the world of sports, it's no different. Why not let's take a look at some of the greatest upsets in the history of sports. Starting with my favorite sport, baseball. In 2001, the Arizona Diamondbacks were in their fourth season of existence, and they went up to the World Series against the New York Yankees, a team that won 4 of the last 5 World Series titles. The Diamondbacks shocked the Yankees with a walk-off hit in Game 7 off Mariano Rivera. In the NFL, there's of course famously Broadway Joe Namath, the Alabama alum, who went on to beat the Baltimore Colts, who many considered to be the greatest football team ever assembled at that point, in Super Bowl III. In the NBA, before the Warriors were the T-Series of the NBA, they were the PewDiePie, the little guy going up against the one-seeded Dallas Mavericks led by MVP Dirk Nowitzki. Using their slogan, "We Believe," the Warriors were able to knock off the Mavericks, ruining their chance to win a title at that time. And let's go to college sports, because unlike professional sports, college sports are unique as they have definitive rankings. And when a 1 seed goes down in college, that's just chaos. In college football, there's the Appalachian State Mountaineers shocking the number 5 ranked Michigan Wolverines in the Big House back in 2007, winning 34-32 on a blocked field goal at the last second. The player who returned that, by the way, said he wanted to take it to the house in the Big House. And although he wasn't able to, they still walked away with a win. We got a couple in college basketball, though. The first one is involving the University of Virginia. Back in 1982, the number 1 team in all the land, Virginia, was in Hawaii, and after failing to schedule, Hawaii decided to take on NAIA Chaminade instead. And despite having the best college basketball player on the planet in Ralph Sampson, Virginia lost to Chaminade by 2 points. Sticking with college basketball and sticking with Virginia, a real recent one, if you filled out a March Madness bracket last year, there's a chance that these guys probably busted it. In 2018, the 16-seeded UMBC Golden Retrievers upset the number 1 team in the land, the Virginia Cavaliers, in March Madness. But that's what appeals the tournament to guys like me. Let's take a look at boxing. And I know I don't really talk about boxing on this show, but this was relevant and inspired me to make this episode. Mike Tyson, the undefeated, undisputed champion of the world, took a huge loss against Buster Douglas, who took over the heavyweight champion of the world when he knocked Tyson out in the 12th round. It's an incredible fight, and I highly recommend the 30 for 30. And, of course, there's one upset I haven't mentioned yet. That is because I believe it is the greatest upset in the history of sports, the Miracle on Ice. In the Miracle on Ice, of course, professional hockey players weren't allowed to play in the Olympics, so the U.S. sent out a bunch of amateurs to take on the pros from the Soviet Union. And you know what? They beat them, and they won the gold medal. The first time that happened in a while. Now let's head on over to some fans to see what they think is the greatest upset in the history of sports.
The Miracle on Ice. UMBC versus Virginia and March Madness.
Application State versus Michigan 2007.
Thanks, guys. Now let's go over to the wall over here for today's stat of the day. As I said before, Joe Namath beat the Baltimore Colts in Super Bowl III. Well, instead of practicing or getting ready for the game, he was just partying down in Miami because, according to his words, he said he was going to win. And you know what? He did it. That's all for today. Be sure to give us a like. Be sure to subscribe to Mr. Brown's YouTube channel, subscribe to PewDiePie, and check us out on Channel 12 for more episodes of our show and all our other shows. Thanks for watching.